So I want to cover the 10 common mistakes to avoid as a new entrepreneur. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, I'm the founder of A+CE, and through my own personal journey of creating a sportswear brand, I've come across a couple of mistakes that I hope I could share with you, so hopefully you can avoid those mistakes as well. But these 10 mistakes are a compilation of my own mistakes as well as mistakes that other people have told me about. But before I begin, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Anyway, let's get cracking. The first mistake, the lack of market research. This is not a list of importance, but this is number one on the list, and make sure that you're actually doing enough market research before you dive into a business head on. This doesn't mean that you have to know every single dime or dollar of what your competitors are earning compared to you. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to know exactly what fabric they use. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you need to know exactly every single detail of what's out there in the market for the field or your competitors, but you should really need to know what your target and who your target audience is, what it is that you're trying to actually market and what the market situation is like, as well as any obstacles that you might be able to avoid. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit like casting a net in the sea and not knowing what fish you actually want to catch. But yeah, do have a good idea of what the market is right now, what's the projection like going to be in the next 10 years, what are people's buying habits, what do people like about this market, what do people don't like about this market, where's the sort of gap that you can fit in with your business and try and help the world and make this world a better place. And then number two, neglecting a solid business plan. Again, this is not a list of importance, but number two, if you don't have a solid business plan, you're not really probably going to have much of a plan for your business anyway, and your business isn't really going to go anywhere. Without a plan, you plan to fail. And really your business plan is a bit like a roadmap from where you are now to where you want to be. Now, again, this is not to say that you need to have every dollar and the dime calculated. It's not to say that you have to have the full plan spick and span and to the detail, but you should kind of have a plan. And if you're stuck in creating a business plan, I've linked the one that I use down in the description box below. It's very, very simple, and you basically don't have to fill in every single page, but it gives you that idea and that general sort of view of what your business is like. A lot of the time, a lot of things happen in here that doesn't quite get translated into real life, and we can think about things but not actually do them, or think about things but actually once we write it down it doesn't quite make sense. So actually having a business plan doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have everything 100% set, but it allows you to then create or generate an idea of what your business is going to be like and actually see it on paper. And I recommend, no matter how excited you are to start a business, don't skip and don't rush this step. And then moving on to number three, underestimating financial management. If you are a new entrepreneur and starting your own business, you're probably gonna have something on the side, or this is more like a side hustle for you to hopefully try and build the business until you don't have to work or whatever it is. Generally speaking, regardless of whether it's a side hustle or you've completely cut off all your income and put this into your sole sort of life goal, it's important to actually make sure that your financial management is solid. Make sure you can pay your bills, make sure that you're able to live and you're not gonna start dying off or losing the house or whatever it is, or can't pay rent. Make sure that you are budgeting well and you know exactly financially how you're doing in your personal life, and then look at your business and make sure that that's planned out well as well. If you're old school like me, you can use an Excel spreadsheet or create a company account and make sure that your company spending is coming from that account, or just be really aware of actually setting aside a set amount of how much your business is able to spend every single month from your own personal income, and then don't try and go over that amount. But the earlier you're able to manage your financial situation for your business, the less of a headache it is down the road when you're starting to scale and you're starting to involve a lot more things. And number four, trying to do it all on your own. What I've realized at the start of my own journey is that actually entrepreneurship is quite lonely. There are a lot of entrepreneurs out there, and there are a lot of people who are starting their own businesses, but for some reason there is just no platform for us to connect. And yes, although as entrepreneurs we're very good at problem solving, it's actually still very lonely, and a lot of the time actually you feel like you are doing it all on your own, when actually you don't have to. So make sure you think ahead and actually surround yourself with a support system, whether that is actually finding a mentor or finding a group or a platform that you can connect with like-minded people and people on the similar journey as you, or even just watching YouTube videos and finding people who have started their their own businesses and actually see what they do on a day-to-day basis or what their videos are about, and really actually try and interact and get in touch with them and ask questions. Most people that I've spoken to are actually very willing to help. It's just that they're not quite sure how to help or what you need. And so actually don't feel afraid of asking, don't feel afraid of getting in touch with people that you feel like might be able to help you. And as much as mentors are important, your customers are important too. So one mistake to avoid is neglecting customer feedback. If you've already got a business, you've got customers already, so make sure you listen to them. If you haven't got a business that hasn't launched yet and you're just starting, making sure that you're actually listening to the people who give you feedback for your prototypes or your samples. Or even before that, just when you're doing market research and you're asking people about the thing that you're trying to do or the market you're trying to get into, ask them about their likes and their dislikes. Because really the main point of starting a business is to actually love your customer. You have to love who you're trying to serve and actually try and help with their pain points. So the earlier it is that you listen to your customers and take in their feedback, the easier the road will be. The next mistake to avoid is not embracing technology. There are so many businesses and small businesses out there that are still behind in terms of technology. Even now, for example, with AI coming out, a lot of people are fearful of it and not trying to use it, when actually it can completely change the way you run your business and really improve efficiency as well as give you back your time. Now, as humans, we don't like change and it's very hard for us to change, but actually change is inevitable. And actually the most successful businesses and entrepreneurs are those who are able to learn and adapt the quickest and be able to change the quickest. So utilize tools, apps, whatever it is to streamline your business as well as connect with your audience and your customers. And number 7, overextending your resources. It's easy to get carried away with big ambitions, but just be careful not to overstretch things like your time, your budget, and your energy. If you know about the Pareto rule, focus on the 20% of the effort that gives you the 80% of results. So focus on what's actually essential to grow and avoid burnout as much as you can. And we touched upon this just when we talked about technology. Another mistake to avoid is to fail to adapt. In this day and age now, business is moving so fast at lightning speed or even faster than that, that things change pretty much on a daily basis. So it's so highly important to be able to adapt to change. And an example to explain this is really the difference between Blockbuster and Netflix. If you're old enough to remember Blockbuster, it was dominating the world of film and the world of watching things at home. When Netflix came along, they didn't believe and thought that technology would be able to change in that way and consumer behavior would change. But look where we are now. Netflix is really booming and we've pretty much lost Blockbuster. And that really showcases the importance of actually being able to adapt and really what happens when you fail to adapt as a business. So always be willing to pivot with your strategies and be aware of how the trends are going, macro and micro. And just going on the topic of overextending your resources, make sure that you don't neglect your own self-care. You might be running your business like your baby, but you matter too. And without you, your business won't run. Well, at least initially, because the aim is actually to scale it to a point whereby your business doesn't need you to run. But at the very beginning, in building yourself and your business up to that level, you really need to be there pretty much all the time. And so if you're not looking after yourself, your business is going to fail. So just a reminder not to burn out and make sure you put things in place that actually helps you de-stress, unload, give yourself that time to be able to supercharge yourself and get at it again. And then finally, one thing I've been told over and over again, and that is giving up too soon. Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster and it has ups and downs, and a lot of people give up during a down which they think is a down forever. But remember, a down means that's going to be an up soon. Remember that a no is just a step closer to a yes. So don't throw the towel in at the first sign of any obstacles or any obstructions. The key really is to stay persistent, keep going, learn from your mistakes, keep iterating, keep trying, and never give up. So there you have it, top 10 mistakes to avoid as a new entrepreneur, or really actually as an entrepreneur in total and any business whatsoever. Hey, and if you've made any of these mistakes, don't worry, I did too. So really it's about a learning process, try and adapt, keep going again, and never give up. And if you've got any mistakes you want to share, do share in the comments below. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, do give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and then until the next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and all the best with your business. Bye!